Rosario. You, Sir Toby, be gone! Let thy fair wisdom, not thy passion sway, in this uncivil and thou unjust extent against thy peace. Come with me to my house, and let us hear how many fruitless pranks this ruffian hath botched up.
Is this a dream? If it be thus a dream, still let me sleep.
Come, I prithee.
Madam, I will.
And so, the mistake of one face for the other brought Antonio to despair. But the mistake of one face for the other brought Olivia to rejoicing. But what about poor Malvolio?
Who goes there?
A servant of Olivia.
Good servant. As I ever would deserve while at my hand, help me to some ink, a candle, pen, and paper. As I am a gentleman, I shall love to be thankful to thee for it.
Master Malvolio? Alas you, sir, how fell you beside your wits?
There was never a man so notoriously abused. I am as well in my wits as thou art. They have real property me, kept me in a dark house, and do all they can to face me out from my wits. Help me some ink and paper, I tell thee. I'm as well in my wits as any man in Illyria.
A day that you were, sir.
I am. Some ink and paper, and convey what I will set down to my lady. It shall advantage thee, more ever the bearing of a letter did.
I'll help you to it, but tell me true. Are you not mad indeed, or do you run counterfeit?
Believe me, I'm not. I tell thee true.
I'll fetch you light paper and ink.
I requite it in the highest degree.
This is the air, that is the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me, I do feel it and see it. And though it is wonder that enwraps me thus, yet 'tis not man. Antonio were here, his counsel now might do me golden service. For though my soul disputes well with my sense, that this may be some error, but no madness, it doth this accident and flood of fortune so far exceed all instance, all discourse, that I am ready to distrust mine eyes, and wrangle with my reason that persuades me to any other trust, but that I am mad, or else the lady is mad. Yet, if it were so, she could not sway a house, command her followers, take and give back affairs and their dispatch with such a smooth, discreet, and stable bearing as I perceive she does.
Blame not this haste of mine, if you mean well. Now go with me and this holy man into the chantry by. There before him, underneath the consecrated roof, plight me the full assurance of your faith, so that my most jealous and too doubtful soul may live at peace. What do you say?
I'll follow this good man, and go with you, and having sworn truth, ever will be true.
Then lead the way, good father.
Here comes the man, sir, that did rescue me.
That face of his, I do remember well. Yet when I saw it last, it was besmeared, as black as falcon, in the smoke of war. A bubbling vessel he was captain of. What's the matter?
This is that Antonio. That here in the streets, desperate of shaming state, private rebel to be afraid.
He did me kindness, sir, drew upon my side, but in conclusion put strange speech upon me. I know not what 'twas, but madness.
What foolish boldness brought thee to their verses, whom thou in turn so bloody and so dear, hast made thine enemies?
Orsino, noble sir, I confess, on base and ground enough, I am your enemy. That most ungrateful boy there by your side, with rude teeth enraged and foamy mouth, did I redeem. A wreck past though he was. His life I gave him, and did there to add my love, without detention or restraint, all his in dedication. I drew to him when he was beset, for being apprehended, his false cunning taught him to deny knowledge of me so brazenly. I denied him my own purse that I recommend for his use, not 1/2 hour before.
How can this be?
When came he to this town?
Today, my lord.
Here comes the Countess, now heaven walks on earth. But for thee, fellow, thy words are as madness. 3 months the suits have tended upon me, and more of that anon, unbind his hands and take him aside.
Cesario, you do not keep promise with me.
Madam,
Gracious Olivia,
What do you say, Cesario? Good my lord.
my lord would speak.
Or to the old tunes, it is nauseous to my ear.
still so cruel.
Still so constant, Lord.
What you perverseness, you uncivil lady, to whom ungrateful altars. My soul the faithful offering hath breathed out, and I took tender devotion. What shall I do?
What it please my Lord.
Hear me this, since you have not regard, cast my faith, and that I partly know the instrument that steals me from my true place in your favor. Love your marble breast and time and stone, and your minion, who I know you love, and by heaven I swear I tender dearly. And out of that cool eye I will tear, and where he sits, crowned in his master's spite. Come, boy, with me. My thoughts are ripe in mischief. I'll sacrifice the land that I do love to spite a raven's heart within a dove.
And I, most apt and willingly, to do you rest 1,000 deaths would die.
Where goes Cesario?
After him I love, more than I love his eyes, more than my life.
Me, detested. How am I beguiled?
Who does beguile you? Who does do you wrong?
Cesario, hast thou forgot thyself? Has it been so long? Call forth the Holy Father. Cesario, husband, stay!
Husband?
Aye, husband. Can that he deny?
Her husband?
No, my lord, not I.
Fear not, Cesario. Take thy fortunes up. Be that thou knowest thou art. Father, I charge thee, by thy reference, here to unfold what thou dost know, as newly passed between this youth and me.
A contract of eternal bond of love, confirmed by the mutual joint of hands, attested by the holy close of lips, strengthened by the interchangement of your rings, and all of the ceremony of this compact, sealed in my function by my testimony.
O thou discoming come, farewell and take her, but direct to thy feet, so thou and I henceforth may never meet.
My lord, I do protest.
For the love of God, a surgeon!
What is the matter, Sir Andrew?
He has broken my head across and has given Sir Toby a bloody coxcomb too. For the love of God, your help. I wish I was home.
Who has done this to you, Sir Andrew?
The Count, gentleman, once Cesario. We took him for a coward, but he's the very devil incarnate.
My gentleman Cesario?
Odds lifelings, here he is. You broke my head for nothing.
Why do you speak to me? I never hurt you. You drew your sword upon me, without cause. But I bespoke you fair, and hurt you not.
If a bloody coxcomb be a hurt, you have hurt me. You said nothing by your bloody coxcomb. Young comes to be halting. You shall hear more.
Has anyone seen a surgeon? How now, gentlemen, how is it with you?
Who hath made this havoc with them? Get him to bed, and let his hurt be looked to.
And so, our Viola is condemned by all for an almanac of crimes, by the Duke for treachery, by Antonio for ingratitude, by Olivia for faithlessness, and by Sir Toby and Sir Andrew for assault. What could she say? To deny treachery made her seem more treacherous. To deny ingratitude made her seem more ungrateful. To deny faithlessness made her seem stony-hearted. And to deny assault made her seem a barefaced liar, when the wounds were visible to all. Nothing less than a miracle could absolve her from so many crimes.
But had he been the brother of my blood, I must have done no less with wit and safety. You threw a strange regard upon me, and by that I do perceive it hath offended you. Pardon me, sweet one, even for the vows we made each other but not so late ago.
One face, one voice, one habit, and two persons?
Antonio, oh my dear Antonio, how have the hours racked and tortured me since I have lost thee?
Sebastian? Are you?
Fearest thou of that, Antonio?
Which is Sebastian? And how have you made a vision of yourself?
Most wonderful!
Do I stand there? I never had a brother. I had a sister, whom the blind waves have devoured. What kin are you to me? What countryman? What name? What parentage?
Sebastian was my father. Such a Sebastian was my brother too. So went his suitor to his watery tomb.
Were you a woman? I should let my tears that fall upon your cheek and say, welcome, drowned Viola.
My father had a mole upon his brow,
And so had mine.
and he died that day when Viola from her birth had numbered 13 years.
He finished indeed his life, that made my sister 13 years.
If nothing prevents to make us happy both, but this, my masculine attire, do not embrace me until each circumstance of time, place, fortune, do cohere and jump that I am Viola. Which to confirm, I'll bring you to a captain in this town, where lie my maiden garments, by whose gentle help I was preserved to serve this noble duke.
If this be so, shall have share in this most happy wreck. Boy, thou said to me 1,000 times, thou never should have loved a woman like to me.
And all those things will I overswear, and those swearings keep us true in soul, as doth that opaque continent that fire severs day from night.
Give me thou hand and let me see thou woman's garb.
The sailor that did bring me first on shore hath my maiden's garments.
Let him be brought. My lord, so please thee, think of me instead of a sister than a wife.
I am most apt to embrace your offer. And since you have called me master for so long, here is my hand, and you shall from this time be your master's mistress.
A sister, you are she. How does he?
Madam, here is the letter to you. I should have given it to you this morning.
Open it and read it.
By the Lord, madam, you wrong me, and the world shall know it. Though you have put me into darkness, and given your drunken cousin the rule over me, yet I have the benefit of my senses as well as your ladyship. I have your own letter that induced me to the semblance I put on, with the which I doubt not to do myself much right, or you much shame. Think of me as you please. I leave my duty a little unthought of, and speak out of my injury. Gladly used, Robert.
Did you write this?
Aye, madam. This savours not much of madness.
Fetch Malvolio. How do you, Malvolio?
Madam, you have done me wrong. Notorious wrong.
Have I, Malvolio? No.
Lady, you have, pray you. Pursue this letter. You must not deny it is your hand, nor say it's not your seal, nor your invention. You can say none of this. Well, grant it then, and tell me, in the modesty of honor, why have you given me such clear lights of favor? Let me come smiling and cross gratitude, to put on your stockings, and find upon Sir Toby and the like the people, and acting in this obedient hope, why have you suffered me to be in prison, kept in a dark house, and made the most notorious duke that invention ever played on? Tell me, why?
Alas, Malvolio, 'tis not my writing. But I do confess, 'tis much like the character. But out of the question, 'tis Maria's hand. And now I do bethink me, it was her who first told me thou wast mad.
Good madam, hear me speak. Let no quarrel nor no broad to come. Take the condition of this present hour. Most freely I confess, myself and Toby set this device against Malvolio here upon some stubborn and uncourteous parchment conceived against him. Maria wrote the letter at Sir Toby's great insistence, but with a sportful malice it was followed. If that the injuries be justly weighed, that have on both sides passed.
Alas, poor fool, how have they baffled thee?
I'll be revenged on the whole pack of you. Get it.
He hath been most notoriously abused.
Pursue him and entreat him to a peace. Meantime, sweet sister, we will not part from hence. So shall we come, while you are all men, but in other garments you are seen, as Duke Orsino's mistress and his cherished queen.
And so, Malvolio's departure cast no gloom on the company, for his injuries were to his pride, and not his heart, and so were not fatal. Viola, who gained the love of Duke Orsino, hung upon his arm, and Olivia, who gained the love of Sebastian, hung upon his arm, and Antonio, who regained his purse and his faithfulness in the gratitude of friends, strolled away with the rest of the happy company on this happy 12th night. But that's all one. Our play is done.
I mean that. Ladies and gentlemen, I trust that you've enjoyed our very first Shakespeare Festival. And I'm sure you can imagine the amount of time and effort that's gone into making this evening a success. And there are many people who helped in some way or another. And I'd like to firstly thank all our students for their hard work during the past 3 months of practicing. And also for their absolutely excellent performances this evening. Your efforts were wonderful. Thank you, boys and girls. Then to all our parents who helped in even the smallest way, a very, very big thank you to all of you. There are though some parents who, and people who are also not parents, who have gone beyond the call of duty, and I'd like to ask them to please come up to the stage to accept a small token of our appreciation. For spending many hours of sewing and making costumes. I'd firstly like to call Danielle Tennyson to come and hand over a little gift to Mrs. Kunda Nduku. Is Mrs. Nduku in the audience? There she is. Then also, if Zintle would please come up and hand over a little gift to Mrs. Margaret Serafin. Is Mrs. Serafin still here? She should be. There she is, racing down the stairs. Thank you, Mrs. Serafin. And then to Mr. Michael Williams. Is he still here? Yes, there he is. Mr. Michael Williams. If Bandile would please hand over. Thank you, sir. Bless you. I think Mr. Donovan Smith is here. Is he here? Mr. Donovan Smith, there he is. Wanda Sigasana, will you please hand over a gift to Mr. Donovan Smith? He was responsible for making the ribbon heads of our maypole dancers. Thank you, sir. Bless you. I'm not sure if Mrs. Pippa Fairfeld is still here. I know she has a young toddler. There she is. Mrs. Fairfeld, you have to come to the front, please. These props, the scenery props, the backdrop, all made by Mrs. Fairfeld. Thank you. And then for taking time off from work on 3 different days to operate the sound system during rehearsals, and also for operating the sound and the lighting for this evening, Mr. Robin Brooks. If Josh would please. I hope the sound doesn't go because he's coming on the stairs. Joshua, can you just dash up there and give Mr. Brooks a token of our appreciation? And then at this time, I'd like to also thank the leadership of Sowers of the Word Church. Mr. Brooks is a member of the church and they've allowed us to use their venue this evening. Then all our teachers have also worked very hard during the past 15 weeks to make this event the success that I believe it was. And I'd like to thank each and every one of them for their efforts in preparing our students